This will not go away. Meghan's suspicious pregnancy status makes us doubt the kids exist. Hello, everybody. I have brought up a pretty persistent topic that is still alive and well. And here I want to present my side of the story with my best insights on Meghan's questionable pregnancy. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the King YouTube channel. For me, it was a combination of factors, really. I saw the photos of that magically changing size of her belly that she so obviously tried to draw attention to. I noticed the way that she squatted effortlessly in high heels and she walked straight upright instead of counterbalancing to accommodate the weight of a growing baby. It was really all of this that convinced me that Meghan Markle was never pregnant. And I know that she and Harry believe if they just don't say anything for long enough, we're going to forget all about this issue of the invisible fake kids. This issue is never going to go away. And about that belly, how weird was it that it was changing all the time, but her boobs never got bigger? All women's breasts enlarge as their pregnancy progresses. It certainly happened with Catherine. I know it happened for me, and I'm sure it happened for you too. It happens with basically everybody who ever gets pregnant. I also couldn't help but notice that her weird ankles never got any bigger. They didn't get swollen like most women's do. And I know that not all women have swelling of the ankles, but still, somebody so slim, very fit, and very flexible throughout her entire pregnancies, but still got that waddle in the last few months. Oh yeah, what a miracle Meghan Markle was. And maybe I'm wrong, but either way, you know Meghan has a hidden agenda, and it is a sinister one too, with regard to their authenticity. She's gonna have some messed up reason as to why she is withholding them, and I'm just waiting for all of this to come out, whether the parents get sick of them being used, whether they have a falling out with Meghan, or simply decide that they have had enough of this game. It is not good for those children's future prospects. It's not good for their credibility. I mean, how is that going to look if a few years from now those kids try to do something on their own and people say, well, wait a minute, I thought that was Meghan and Harry's kid? There are a few theories floating around about what could be going on here. So one theory is that Meghan and Harry simply don't have any friends. They use their friends in this little ruse, but now the friends want nothing to do with them. And I do believe that rumor that Meghan said she was pregnant before the wedding to hurry things up. Of course, she wasn't pregnant though, because she's sterile. And if there is a real Archie, well, he came from a surrogate. But the impression I get is that the mother wanted him back, and so that would explain why they're always using these different child actors all the time. The hair and the eye color is always changing. It's just bizarre. And I do remember when Harry and Meghan brought a baby to be photographed with them. Supposedly it was a day or two after the baby was born. And Harry talked about how much the baby had changed in 2 weeks. He can't even keep his story straight. And one big question, of course, is why would the royal family go along with this scam? Well, see, I believe they were tricked into believing that Meghan was pregnant before they got married. And so why would they question Archie until they saw that moon bump fall to her knees? I don't believe there is a Lilibet. I think that was just their way of saying F you to the late queen. And by the time Archofficial came into the world, I think things were pretty obvious. There was something posted on the royal website in the middle of the night saying something about that Archie came from a surrogate. They quickly took it down, but enough people saw it. And it could have played into the Queen asking them to leave if they didn't confess to what they've done. And I know the Sugars don't want to hear this stuff. They're going to say we can't say anything bad about their idol, we're just a bunch of racists. But I think it is highly improbable that Meghan ever gave birth to those children. I have seen the children they used for the photos with their own parents. They look exactly like their real mother and father. And I guess those parents are just sick and tired of loaning their children for the handful of photos that we get to see. Now, somebody said the birth was in another hospital and it wasn't signed off by a doctor. No royal protocol that is demanding for a royal birth existed, and I agree with that person. I mean, just because Meghan said so, we're supposed to believe that the baby came out of her body? Of course not. The Sugars, I know, claim that the moon bumps are photoshopped, but anybody with common sense and a couple of eyes who saw her in the red and purple ensemble with the bump slip off, we don't believe it. There have even been housekeepers to speak out, housekeepers who worked in the hotels they would stay in, and they said they saw a few moon bumps lying all over the hotel room floor. And what is with all the secrecy? I think it could be one of two things. They were born from a surrogate, or maybe they're just another couple's children entirely, and the couple loans their children out for photo ops and events and parties and whatnot. But don't take my word for it. Let's hear what you all had to say about this issue. Let's go to the post in the community tab and hear your opinions. Okay, so the first comment is from Carol. Yes, I remember all this. I do too, Carol. I don't know why they think that we all have such short-term memories. And then Lisa Terry, Beebs Kelly has pointed out that the weight gain that was so evident when they rolled Archie out for pics could have been due to different hormones she was taking to suppress or promote lactation. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that she was never pregnant. I would say it is certainly not out of the realm of possibility. In fact, I would say the fact that she was pregnant or the idea that she was pregnant is more out of the realm of possibility. And then Maria, once a liar, always a liar in every way. Well, that does describe our Megan, right? And then we got TTIX, but I remember, besides all the growing and shrinking of the stomach, which is just ridiculous, was when Harry came out by the stables to tell the public that they had had a boy. Does anybody else remember how he said it's really amazing how much a baby changes in 2 weeks? And supposedly Archie had been born that day or the day before, so that's always got me, always anybody know anything about that. Oh, don't worry. I remember that very clearly, and you are completely right. That was such a bizarre thing for him to say. Obviously, Harry's not a very good liar. I mean, he cannot keep his story straight. He just gets all mixed up. And then user responds saying, yes, I do most definitely. It was the weirdest comment ever, wasn't it though? Next comment is from Deanna. Also, she could squat down and get back up easily, and her ankles did not swell. Total phony. Total phony indeed. User GC, whether she's telling the truth or not, we can't believe this woman anymore because of her own doing and actions. She's a serial liar, and we have endless receipts captured from various videos and cameras. What a vile woman. That's the crazy thing about it too. Even with all the receipts that we've got, the Sugars insist that she's this innocent angel. We've got her all wrong. We're just racist and hateful. They're as delusional as she is. And then Janet K, a miracle baby, sometimes big, sometimes small, sometimes high, sometimes low, sometimes not there at all. I love it. You should write poetry. The next comment from Janet Hammond. The most telling indicator was when her bump slid down to her ankles. Yep, completely normal. We got some responses too. Glennis says, that was the funniest thing that your baby was trying to escape from the vile woman. I never seen anything like it in my life. Well, I completely believe that you had never seen anything like that in your life because you probably don't spend a lot of time with people who fake pregnancies. I know I sure don't. And then the next comment from Jenny, that was the funniest thing ever, and she continued to pretend to be pregnant. What a joke she is. Oh well, she's always good for a good old laugh, which we do need nowadays. Let's hope the titles are gone by Christmas. What a lovely gift. That would be the best gift I think we could hope for. I wouldn't ask for anything from Santa if we got that. All right, anyway, that's all the time that we've got for comments, and I think that even after this video is over, doubts are still somehow going to remain in some people's minds. Please don't forget to subscribe to our The King YouTube channel to get more updates in the future. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a lovely evening, and we'll be back to see you tomorrow. Bye. I love you all.